All right, good morning. It's a Friday, and we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Joe Makarim. Hope you're going to flock those mosques and obviously hail them to capacity, because it's your time to obviously hail Allah for the good deeds that's going to hit to do for you into this mix. Now, today, it's really a very good day, and we're coming through to bring you Qataris take advantage of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and there is a bid that cannot be ruled out of Sheikh Jassim Al Thani that could obviously hit £6 billion that the Qataris take over the club of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel. Let's see close to 400 likes much in this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. And Rokan David is my name. You can as well call me Haradi onto this beautiful channel that does United content only. We are having some good news coming in from the physio room of Manchester United as far as Amad Diallo's return is concerned. Daley Blind, formerly at Manchester United and at Ajax, worked with Ten Hag, has gone ahead and obviously said certain things about the manager of Manchester United, that is Ten Hag, and I think you deserve to be knowing this more and more and more. Now, let's start it off with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Looks like Sir Jim Ratcliffe was going ahead to shift his posts, that he wants full control of the club of Manchester United. And we got a story coming in from the business that is a very good story, that is Bloomberg UK, that Sir Jim is working with his advisors to address concerns about the terms of his bid for minority investors in Manchester United. His previous proposal left little benefit for the likes of Lindell Train, Ariel Investments LLC, and Eminence Capital. Now, these were the minority investors, and these minority investors are the ones that really stopped United from being sold to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because Sir Jim Ratcliffe was willing to buy off some Glazer members and really stay with Avram Glazer and Joel Glazer. He was willing to obviously buy them out in a period of 3 years and pay them out to see to it that he takes over the club of Manchester United. Now, what does this mean? It means that the ones who stood in the way need a perfect way to obviously find themselves out or bought out of the club, because they couldn't allow this to happen. Yet there was a person, Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, who was willing to buy the club 100%. That exactly took the club to that level, and obviously Sir Jim Ratcliffe is working out on a plan with his advisors to see how he caters for the minority shareholders or minority investors in the club of Manchester United, and is working out his ass to see that this really comes to pass. Then we are also being told by the business that proposals of both Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Qataris are still being considered by Manchester United, as well as a potential minority stake sale. Neither party has been able to meet the Glazers' price expectations. Now, we all know that Glazers' price expectation is £6 billion, and whoever really meets it is obviously going to take over the club of Manchester United. And each and every time you see United stabilizing, you get to know that something is going to really skip these Glazers here. Why? Getting in a new shirt sponsor for the next season of 2024-2025, that is it Snapdragon from America, is obviously going to keep them here long. Champions League football is obviously going to keep me there long. So they are trying to obviously force their way in Manchester United and stay here for a very long period of time. Whenever Ten Hag really performs very well, obviously the club just gets in more money and the pressure isn't onto the Glazers. And trust me, if Ten Hag happens to obviously perform well in the Champions League and the Premier League this season, the Glazers might obviously turn around and obviously say we now want £7 billion, because the more the club performs well, the more many suitors are obviously going to be gotten. Because one thing you don't know is that the Glazers have not gone ahead to obviously close the door. Even if Elon Musk comes in through and says I'm placing £6 billion, the Glazers will give him access. That is it. So that's the Glazers for you, and that's what they're really thinking about the club of Manchester United. And all what is needed is for United to obviously get a person to take it off as soon as possible, because we cannot keep the Glazers here. Lots of things are really messed at the club of Manchester United, and Ten Hag is trying to rectify the messes but he cannot really rectify even the financial mess and the technical mess. He's trying his level best to recruit players that can obviously best represent the club of Manchester United, but that won't really be sustainable for the club of Manchester United because Ten Hag is not going to stay here forever. You get, under Sir Alex Ferguson, he did what he had to do and he covered up for the Glazers. But see what happened when Sir Alex Ferguson left. We are in a total mess, and that total mess has brought us into this ilk of obviously not getting to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. So that is it coming in from the business. And Fabrizio Romano also had the following to say about the deal of the United sell. He told us that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani buying Manchester United is still open. Sources are not commenting on this. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants a majority stake in Manchester United and full control over the club, or nothing. Now, this is where Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is going to take advantage over Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because when you look at the Glazers, if they stay at the club of Manchester United, what's the importance of them staying at the club of Manchester United when they are not getting to where they deserve to be? When they don't have control. That's what I'm meaning. So, Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, sorry, Sir Jim Ratcliffe was going to head to turn heel onto the Glazers, and he now wants full control. Remember, at first, he wanted to obviously have 50% shares of the club, but remember the Glazers own 69%, and these 19 remaining, because they are Class B shares, they are really overhyping, or they are really weighing more than the 50% that Sir Jim Ratcliffe obviously held. So that means the Glazers would have still had what we call full control of the club. So that means he wants to come into the club and tell the Glazers that I'm taking away your Class B shares. Let's rewrite these shares again, that we all have the same number of maybe we have different shares, but every share is equal, meaning that if at all I'm having 50 and you're having 19, I'm really powerful than you, and I make decisions at the club of Manchester United, something the Glazers never wanted. Now the Glazers have to zero down to a full sell, though they would have wanted to stay here, but there is nothing they can do to obviously keep themselves at the club of Manchester United. And because a person who is a majority shareholder can come out and obviously put out a decision that we are not going to be getting dividends from this company for a period of 5 years, the Glazers won't be happy. They won't be happy with this. So this is where Sheikh Jassim Al Thani takes advantage of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and we anticipate that lots of things are really going to come in through and happen. And this is where we get another story coming in from Jacob's Ben about Sir Jim Ratcliffe, that if things are really continuing to happen like this, don't rule out him going in for a new bid. A new bid coming in from Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is anticipated, and it cannot be ruled out. This is what Jacob's Ben went ahead to let us know about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Sorry, Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. Another bid from Sheikh Jassim Al Thani also can't be ruled out. Those close to the sale do concede for home and off-field drama can negatively influence the price. But sources also point to the Snapdragon and Adidas deals as evidence of how strong the Man United brand is. Now, no one can rule out this. And trust me, it's going to go where the Glazers want it to be, because those two deals of Adidas is giving United £90 million per season. Kit sponsorship deals. Snapdragon coming in through with £60 million. Biggest shirt sponsorship deal in club history. What does that send a message to? Or what message does that send to Sheikh Jassim Al Thani and Sir Jim Ratcliffe? That the brand is really huge. The brand is really huge, and there is no way they cannot obviously not bring that amount of money. But the biggest hint in this story from Jacob's Ben is simple, that you cannot rule out a bid coming in from Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. You get? I understand that for the Glazers, they're trusting Eric Ten Hag, and that's why we're going to have to give him a new deal. That is it. Now, giving him a new deal obviously takes them to the level of really coming out through and showing the trust in him and how he's obviously going to elevate this club of Manchester United. And the more this club is obviously elevated, the more lots of things are really going to happen. And I would like to let you know that everything is doing or taking direction, and let no one lie to you that things aren't moving into the right direction. So Eric Ten Hag is taking the club in the right direction. The Glazers know this, and through this, they're 100% willing to obviously keep him in the job because he's going to help them increase even the price of Manchester United to the next level. Now, imagine if at all United lift the Champions League or a Premier League before the Glazers sell, they'll obviously call in for more and more and more money. Not so? That is really known. But we really leave that at that and wait and see how this is going to pan out, because we all want the Qataris because they have the money to spend at the club of Manchester United and take this club to the promised land. That is it. I know Sir Jim Ratcliffe is wealthy, but he doesn't have 15 billion pounds that are really ready to spend to the club of Manchester United. Yet the Qataris are willing to build a new state of stadium at Old Trafford. That is it. Now, apart from that, let's obviously get some interesting story coming in from the physio of Manchester United, and it has been put by Samuel Lucas, the United correspondent for the Manchester Evening News. Amad Diallo is also expected to be available again once Man United's season resumes after next month's internationals. We all know that the international break is obviously going to kickstart off from the 9th to the 20th. That is it. So the players will be really coming back, and the game of football will be returning back to action around the 21st of October. For Amad Diallo, we've missed him, and I think you'll know what he brings to the team and the energy he brings up to everyone. And I've gone ahead to obviously understand that some players are really special in their own way, and Amad Diallo is really one of those that is really special in their own way. And let no one lie to you on how good this player is. He would have gone ahead to be part of the team this season because of how he showed up in the preseason and his long season loan at Sunderland. Being left-footed, Eric Ten Hag loves him a lot because he is a second option to Anthony. Ten Hag likes to play with a left-footed player on the right wing of Manchester United, and Anthony is away. Amad Diallo is returning. That is a blessing in disguise for everyone who really knows this boy. He has a lot to offer, especially in the final third of the pitch. The end product of his game is really out of this world, and it was really very disgusting and very unlucky for him to get an injury as we played Arsenal in America. But he had a chance to obviously take on and obviously put in a shift. I believe he'll put in a shift better than that of Anthony, and this young lad is obviously yet to develop into a very good player. And if at all returns after the international break, I don't know when Eric Ten Hag is going to usher him into the starting 11, but I think that will be really early enough for him to obviously get back to where we deserve him to be. And I think he might gate his game in November, because Ten Hag might give him 2 or 3 weeks, as you've seen him do to Kobbie Mainoo, because Kobbie Mainoo returned from his ankle injury that had kept him out for how many months, because he got it in July, now August, September. It had kept him out for 2 months, right? 2-3 months. And now he was back with Amrabat, but Amrabat is back on the field of play playing, and Kobbie Mainoo is not yet back, meaning that he's also expected to return after the international break. That means if Amad Diallo returns and gets to grass again, he's obviously going to really take some 2-3 weeks to be reinstated back into the team of Man United by Eric Ten Hag. But that's good news for Manchester United, because if at all Malacia, Amad Diallo, Kobbie Mainoo return, guys, Lisandro Martinez, Sergio Reguilon, I think no team will stand in our way. We are obviously going to be one of the hardest teams to beat, and we're obviously going to make other teams suffer because Sofian Amrabat and Casemiro are going to be controlling that midfield. So, thank you very much for watching through. I would like to obviously end it up with a statement coming in from Daley Blind, who really conducted a very long interview with The Athletic. And on a daily, we are obviously going to come out and obviously put out some for you that you guys really desire and really want. And he was asked on Erik Ten Hag. He said, "We became like a machine, better and better. In time, he can do that for Manchester United. He's a great manager, great personality. He's direct, honest, and tells you what he sees. He's not afraid to make big decisions. If you don't like it, you can go another way because his train keeps moving." And we've seen it at Manchester United, and he has gone ahead to obviously expose it into the system of Manchester United. And Daley Blind was at Manchester United. He was signed after the World Cup of 2014 by Louis van Gaal. And he returned back to Ajax and really had a very good go at that side. But Erik Ten Hag is a different manager altogether, and everyone who's going to hit work with him knows that he's a principled man. He wants what we call the best. He has gone ahead to be one of those managers who's going ahead to obviously hear a statement from him that good is not good enough and 100% is not enough. Every day he keeps calling in for more and more and more from these players of Manchester United, and that's why he's going to take us to the levels that we've never been here before in elite football. So guys, your thoughts on to Qatar is taking advantage of us, Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Amad Diallo's return after the international break? Then, what do you make about Erik Ten Hag's praises coming in from the former United Dutch international, that is Daley Blind? Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Juma Kareem. Ciao, ciao.